Good morning, I'm Jim King, and I've been at Northwest Hills for almost 2 years. I became a Christian when I was 9 years old, and then when I became a teenager, I had some tough times, but I guess I would have to say I've never been a terribly patient person. And, there were times when I was willing to listen to the Lord and be patient, but can't say that's always been. I got married and had a daughter, and then my son Ron. And 1 month after my son Ron was born, my wife brought him home from an appointment and with news that he had a hole in his heart, and that if he lived to be 4, they would be able to possibly do surgery to correct that. And the cardiologist went on to talk about how much his fees were going to be and how much the hospital fees would be. And I needed to trust that God would take care of it, but I decided I needed to help him. And so I went out trying to find a job that would make a lot of money to pay for all these medical bills that they said would be coming our way. And so I was going to fix it myself, and that didn't work out so good. I went bankrupt, and that had certainly a major effect on our financial world. And so it took a number of years to overcome that. But I did learn that I needed to trust God in a greater way. When Ron was about 4, we went down to White Memorial Hospital in Los Angeles for him to have surgery, and they tried going in through a vein in his arm, and they were unable to, and that got infected. And so we had to come home for a couple of months and go back. There were, between the surgeons that were going to be working on him and the residents at the university hospital, there were about 20 plus of them, and they all saw this hole in the heart that needed to be repaired. But when we returned after those 2 months, the hole was healed. In 2 months' time, this hole gets closed up that for 4 years had not closed. And so we knew it was a God thing, and we gave praise at church. And we had a lot of friends who had been praying for us, and so certainly and I think some of them were just as amazed as we were. But an awful lot of thanksgiving to God for what he had accomplished. God had that in his plans all along, but I wasn't willing to wait. And I learned a great lesson that I needed to wait upon God and not rush his plans. I continue to thank God for that, but I would just encourage other people who are going through difficult circumstances to realize that we can trust God. God is able. And that may seem trite, but I've found in more than one circumstance that it's true. Sometimes we have to wait, and we don't always like that waiting process, but God is more than able in all circumstances.